What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ross. Now, this is a very important video for me. I think this was a very important video to make, and I was asked about this. This is something that I wanted to touch and talk about anyways. Your aura, and how can you develop that aura? Now, on my channel, guys, thus far, I've been posting about, the body a lot, certain spiritual things. Now, everything you have to understand, everything is one and everything combines, right? Everything is a domino effect. It's all a domino effect. You combine multiple things and then you reach an end result that just to the average eye won't make any sense, right? Now, your aura is a combination of all these things. So people tend to talk about how to build the aura, but few will talk about how to maintain and protect the aura. And to me, on my journey, that's been the most important, and really, that's been the most important thing. Semen retention will naturally build your aura. Yes, you're coming from a state of complete no energy, you're depleted all the time. Now you started retaining your life essence, right? Your semen, you've been retaining your semen, your life essence, and now you're noticing that people are gravitating to you. Basically, the universe is gravitating to you, right? So everything is going your way. Now, the body, again, I talk about the body, does play a role in your aura. Someone who's unhealthy but practice semen retention is not going to get the same benefits as someone who is healthy and practices semen retention, right? I've had some comments of guys who say they don't see anything. 9 times out of 10, unless you're a complete outlier, there's something else going on if you're not noticing any benefits with semen retention, right? Something as simple as your magnetism and your aura and how people respond to your aura, you should notice that. Assuming you're a healthy man who's retaining, you should notice that benefit, right? Now, building your body, we have many pillars. We have the spiritual, we have the physical, we have the emotional. All three combined make up your aura. So your thoughts, what are your thoughts like? What are your emotions like? Now, how does that relate to your aura? Let's talk about the emotional. Your subconscious basically dictates your reality. I've said that before. Emotionally charged thoughts tend to be what actually manifests in your reality. If you have a lot of emotional conviction towards a thought, that means you have a lot of belief in it, right? Emotional conviction, it's very likely to manifest. That's why, for example, when people, wish, you might have an argument with someone and you deep down have wished them some sort of emotional, damage. You wish something very ill upon them, and you had a lot of emotional conviction as you were thinking that thought, that might actually happen to them, right? That's how powerful this stuff is, especially on semen retention. That's why you have to guard your thoughts. Now, no negativity, emotions, you've got to keep that in check. So there's the emotional aspect. Now, your physical, again, your body should be in shape. You should be a healthy man, right? A healthy man who's got his body in shape and is on semen retention is going to experience way different benefits. From a magnetism and aura standpoint, he's going to experience something completely different than a man who does not respect his body. And when I mean respect his body, he's not keeping his human vessel in shape. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, so it is important to also cater to the physical, right? So there's the physical. Now the spiritual. I'm going to tell you guys something that's very controversial, okay? But hear me out. Semen retention. Okay, you guys know semen retention is important when it comes to spiritual development. So you have to retain, okay? That's the basis. You have to retain your life force. That is what makes you, right? You can create a whole child with that, a reflection of you. So you would think that if you kept that within your body, something magnificent would happen, right? Okay, we agree on that. Now, it's not enough to just retain. A lot of guys retain and still go watch porn, for example. Just because you're retaining doesn't mean you can peak. There's something called Ojas Shakti. It's a subtle energy that basically feeds and nourishes everything in your body, okay? That energy can be depleted and you can actually gain it through little day-to-day activities that you do, believe it or not. For example, if you had an argument with somebody, you just lost some Ojas. or the Chinese call it jing, right? You just lost some jing or ojas. Now, if you stole from somebody, you just lost some ojas. Little things like that. If you were to shake hands with an individual with terrible energy, you just got depleted. Yes. If you shook hands with someone with low energy, right, someone who's doing dark things behind closed doors, imagine shaking hands with someone who just jerked off. You don't think that energy, because guys, everything is an energy transfer. You don't think that shaking hands with someone who just did some disgusting shit behind closed doors, you don't think that's gonna affect your energy? It's that subtle. And what I started off this video saying that it's more important nowadays to protect your energy, not nowadays, in general. It's more important to protect your energy when you are on retention. Building it is actually the easier part. Protecting it, because we're at a world now, the world is no longer bright, okay? This world is very dark, and every corner, everywhere you look, you're gonna have something, someone, right, somewhere trying to, take a chip out of your energy, just trying to bring you down. And a lot of it's unconscious. They don't know they're doing it. So me personally, I don't shake hands with everybody. I'm keeping it honest with you guys. I don't shake hands with everybody. I'm the guy who you might see giving fist bumps. And I learned this from a very wealthy associate of mine, and it changed my perception. He even told me to stop giving money to the homeless, right? And I had to really understand what he meant by that. Money is karmic, for example. Money is karmic. And just me giving money to a homeless, someone who has a karma that karma is a debt that needs to be paid. And interfering with someone's karma is a different story. Karma will get paid. And if it's through you, because you're interfering with someone else's karma, so be it. You're going to pay it. But that's for a whole different conversation. Now, in case of a homeless man, I'm interfering with his karma by giving him money. Not only that, I'm associating myself with very poor money energy, okay? This is subtle. So we talk about ojas and jing. Again, I don't wish the homeless man any negativity. That's never the case at all. But you got to be aware of all the different energy transfers going on. This will make you think about every single thing that you do. You know what I mean? Everything is energy, guys, so you have to be conscious of it. So it can get very crazy. Oh, there's a clothing trend going on with like ripped clothing and things of that nature. Guys, that's something you want to avoid. What are you telling the universe when you're wearing ripped clothing, right? The energy, your auras are going to be the strongest when you're wearing ripped clothing. We can talk about colors. The colors you wear matter. Someone who's wearing red, okay, you're probably, to a certain extent, you can use red. Red has to do with the root chakra. So if you're someone who's really looking to, have sex with 100 women, maybe red might suit you. But again, there are consequences to everything. So me personally, I wear a lot of blue. Colors matter. Blue is a very tranquil color, right? I will not wear red. I do not have any red clothing in my closet. Maybe I have like a burgundy. It's the closest thing to red that I have. Every little thing matters when it comes to protecting your aura. This will make you pay attention to the things that you do and the things that you don't do, right? Someone's done arguing with someone, don't allow them to come in and, steal that positive energy from you after their argument, right? There's a transfer going on there. Avoiding things like that, you know what I mean? That's why it's important to be observant on this journey. You see someone doing something negative, don't entertain that person, you know what I mean? Now, there's one more thing I want to talk about. Guys, this is going to be part 1 of a part 2 video because, again, as you can tell, I can go on and on about this. There's one more thing that I want to show you guys. So, all right. So, this is something called Palo Santo. This comes from a tree called Palo Santo in South America. And they would use this tree to bring peace and balance into their lives. So you guys have heard of sage and things of that nature. Well, I use this every single night. I take this stick and I burn it for about 20 seconds, okay? Now you can use a lighter, you can use a torch. I use a torch. My torch is dying, but that's good enough. I burn it for 20 seconds. Right? It's smoking. then I just let it sit. Now, what this does is this cleanses me, this cleanses my space. I do this to my entire house, but specifically you want to do this to the room that you sleep in every night. Because guys, we live in a world where there are entities everywhere. You never know what you've been attached to or what has been attached to you as you've been out and about. So it's important to guard your energy. And this is where this comes in. Now I'll have the link to this. I buy this on Amazon in my comment section, but I burn this every night and you should too. Whether it's, this, sage, you want to burn something. I can tolerate this more every night because sage is very overpowering. You guys smelled sage before. This actually smells good, right? It's a very sweet smelling wood. So that is what I use. Now, I'm going to cut this video short here. I think you guys got the message regarding the aura. When I say certain things here, I give examples, but I want you guys to be able to think as to how this can also apply in other different ways. You know what I mean? Your essence can get robbed in so many different ways. And whether it's through a screen, through a movie that you're not supposed to be watching, it happens everywhere, okay? So, guys, some of you guys are trying to quit porn, for example, but you're still peaking, you're getting drained, right? Doesn't matter if you're not having a wet dream, doesn't matter if you're not releasing, you're still getting depleted. So you might notice that your benefits are not as strong, right? They're not as potent. Now you're still always gonna have that baseline, magnetism. People are gonna, they can tell that you're holding your seed, but that crazy shit, right? That you meet some people who are just bright and glowing, that luster, that's OJAS, okay? And you want to prevent doing things that deplete you of it. And the things that tend to deplete you of it, like I've mentioned, are these smallest things that happen during your day-to-day. So keep that in mind. Guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm most likely gonna have a part 2 of this. I'm not saying necessarily the next video, but I will continue this topic soon. And that's going to be it for this topic today. If you have any questions or you want to make any comments, leave a comment down below in my comment section. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video.